What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Life with Any Mother. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Any Mother, aka Mama Fabian, and I'd like to welcome you to the Life with Wendy Mother family. Woo-hoo! If you're new to this channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join the gang. I always love doing that intro. Anyway, I just came from breakfast, guys. If you can't already tell, I'm in Dubai. You guys have seen the layout of this room before. However, my room this time is different because I have the sliding window, and then the layout of the bathroom is also different. So anywho, today I'm going to be talking about the biggest struggles that I've had being a mother. So my biggest struggles in motherhood. So let's get on into the video. So guys, I think I can start by saying that the first, ile top of the list ya kwanza is trust. Having to be able to just trust anyone with my kids or trust anyone with my child has just been the biggest struggle for me. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, and I think other moms can understand or other parents can understand, but most specifically today I'm speaking to my moms. Trusting leaving anyone with my child has just been like my antennas are always like this, in the sense that there's so many stories you'll see of like kids being kidnapped or like kids being beaten or like kids being raped and stuff like that. And I feel like my biggest fear for me is anything traumatic happening to my son and I'm not even there, or I'm not even able to protect him from such stuff, or God forbid anything like that happen to him. Like, I'm not there to protect him because I chose to trust to leave someone with him. And it's been a very big struggle for me because getting a nanny has been an issue. Getting a nanny for me has been an issue because I'm just like, especially because like with this job, you have to not be home. Basically, you're basically not home most of the time. Hauko kwa nyumba, you're always traveling. Like, your job is not like the normal job. It's an unconventional job. So it becomes very hard because you'll find like in a week you're around home like 1 or 2 days maximum. This is including weekends. So the other times it means you're leaving somebody else with your child. So you have to be okay with leaving somebody else with your child, and that has been a very big struggle for me because I haven't had a nanny in how many years? It's been a couple of years. It's been like 3 years, I think. Ever since COVID, I've never had a nanny. So we've been just making it work, me and my partner. We've just been making it work. We've been taking care of Fabian, you know. Of course, we've had help here and there, but I've never had like a live-in nanny for over 3 years. And for me, I don't know how I'm going to, survive, because like eventually he's not going to be there. So like, I don't know how I'm going to survive with leaving Fabian with anyone else. Like, it's a very big struggle for me. And I feel like for most parents, it's also a big struggle because you just like, you want the best for your kid. You want your kid to always feel loved, and you don't want somebody else to put trauma on your kid, especially because you're the one who's going to be responsible for healing that trauma. You understand? So, you know, there's a way you want to raise your child and you don't want them to experience something. So I feel like that is one of my biggest struggle, and I don't know how I'm going to get over it, because I don't think you can ever get over it, because I mean, you're always going to be leaving people with the child. So I just need to find a way to be able to cope with it, because I need to be able to cope with it so that I can be able to do things like without feeling like, you know, as in freaking out or like being anxious 24/7 because like I'm not around him. You understand? Another struggle some of the struggles that I'm speaking of are either those are the ones that I'm going through or I have gone through and like I'm just getting over them, is like body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia really took a toll on me, especially now with my second pregnancy, because now like I had nothing to show for me, like carrying a baby for all this month. I had nothing to show for it. I didn't have a baby, you know. So now it was just me and my body, and I'm just looking at myself like yuck, you know. Like, first of all, I had gone through so much, and I had like all these rashes all over my body. Like, my body was just not looking like my body, and I was just like, ah. like, why? You know, like, I think even that's one of the things that even made me get depressed during that time, because I was just looking at myself. I'm like, at least if I had my child, I wouldn't be feeling so bad. But like now I have nothing. Like, I have nothing to show for all this trauma that my body had to go through. Like, I'm just there. Like, Nico too. Like, it used to make me so pissed. And then Najiangali, I'm just like, yuck, you look so bad. You know, I'm even going to the gym. But I'm just looking at myself and I'm just like, no, like, it wasn't feeling like it was my body until like now I got over it and I was able to see myself like for who I am and forgive myself and all that stuff. The dysmorphia really took a toll on me, especially even after I had Fabian, and then now your boobs just don't boob the way they used to boob before. So I was just looking like till today, but at least right now I'm just not so hell-bent about it like I was before, because I normally say like, if I don't end up having another child, or rather my daughter would have been now like the benchmark for me to be able now to get like a boob job. But now I'm just here, I'm thinking, I'm like, should I get one and then nipate a boob job and then I end up getting pregnant again, or like I end up having a kid again and then it'll be for nothing? So I'm just like, you know what, let me just wait it out. But if I don't do it by the time I'm 30, you guys, I'll never do it. If I don't do it by the time I'm 30, I'll never do it. And it's not like ati they look horrible, but it's just like, you know what they look like before, and they're just like, no, I prefer how they look like before. I don't want them to look like this. So, but the dysmorphia has been a very big challenge, because it's just like, is it me? Is it not me? Like, even for me, stretch marks are not a big deal, because I didn't even get stretch marks as such. I was just like, it's stretch. Like, I have never been worried about stretch marks ever. And then the best thing about stretch marks is that with time they fade, like they become lighter, so you don't even see them as much. But the boobs, the boobs, that's where the problem lies. The boobies. Another struggle that I went through in this motherhood journey is just realizing that I had no other option but to deal with my trauma. That's a big struggle, because, you know, there are those times where you just like, you know what, basically I was forced into healing, not because like I wasn't ready to heal, but like it became mandatory. It became like a mandatory thing that I had to do, and it became like a priority for me, because now it's just like, for you to be able to raise this human being, you have to be able to be willing to go through your dark, you go to your closet, you take all your cobwebs, put them together, and you start dealing with them one by one by one. Like, that's just how it had to be. Like, I had to sit down with my trauma. I had to sit down with everything that I didn't like about myself, or everything that I knew wasn't right with me, and actually take the steps to be able to start making myself like into a better person, or making myself into a model person that my kid can look up to me and be like, yes, like I want to be like mom. And I would be proud of that, because like I know like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't know if it's making sense, but like, you want your kid to model the best version of you, and if you do not put in the work that you need to put in for you to be able to heal, for you to be able to deal with your skeletons, for you to be able to, you know, be a better person basically, then it means like your kid will be emulating the things that you don't like about yourself, and you don't want that. So it forces you to be very realistic. Like, you know, I think even in my previous video I said this, like, you don't have time to have these illusions, or have this dream of how your life is supposed to be, or what you're supposed to be doing, or who you're you know, like, you just have to be realistic. Because if you decide to live in a dream, it means like that is what you're going to be emulating in your life, and you're not going to be dealing with things the way that you're supposed to deal with them. Of course your dreams are valid, but there's time to dream, and there's time to be realistic and say, you know what, yeah, this is not working, and I need to do this, I need to do that, to be able to make sure that things actually start working. You understand? So the struggle is that you have to realize that at the end of the day, this kid is going to leave you, and they're going to have their own life, and you have to be okay with that. You need to be able to let go of control. That's what I'm trying to learn, to be able to let go of control, to be able to let other people help me, to be able to let other people be there for me, and be there for my son in the best way that they know how, especially if like it's people with good intentions. like it forces you to let go of control so that you can be able to let this small person be themselves. Because you remember, like when we were kids, ulikuwa unaambia, oh sifanye hivyo, oh nini, oh, like right now you just have to let your kid, as long as they're not doing anything bad, as long as they're not being disrespectful, they're not disrespecting you, they're not disrespecting somebody who's older than them, like they're just trying to explore and trying to find out who they are, you just have to let them be. You just have to sit down and be like, you know what, I wouldn't do that, but if that's what you want to do, if that's what you feel like that's what you want to do, it's okay. I will support you, I will hold your hand, I will do everything that you want me to do to be able to support you. Because, like, for example, Fabian, in school they have activities, yeah. So the teacher said you need to help your child choose the activity that they want to do. Nini. There was dancing, there was skating, there was swimming, there was soccer, there was ballet, and all those things. So Fabian comes and tells me. So I tell him, oh, but the teacher said that you need to pick an activity. So what do you want to do? He says he wants to do ballet. And I look at him and I'm like, huh? Yeah, I want to do ballet. So I asked him, do you know what ballet is? So proceeds to show him exactly what ballet is. And he says, like, yeah, that is what he wants to do. And I was like, you know what? Me mwenyewe hata sijui ballet ni nini, but I don't even know if there's like uniform for boys for ballet in Kenya. But I was like, you know what? I'll just make it work. Either way, I travel a lot, so I can be able to get him anything that he needs to be able to accomplish that thing that he wants to do. Fast forward, he comes back again and tells me, not fast forward, not he tells me, I communicate with the teacher. And we were discussing some things from school and all that. So I asked him, oh, by the way, I saw this cost was added to his fees. And we paid it, so I don't understand. We paid, but I don't understand what it is we paid for. So he tells me, oh, it's because I saw your son listed himself under dancing activities, because dancing was also part of the activities. So I was like, so alitoka ballet, akaenda dancing. So he comes home and I ask him, so you decided to do dancing instead? He was like, yeah, but now I feel like I want to do soccer. Nikamwambia, so you want to do football? No, I want to do soccer. Nikasema, you know what, I don't even have the energy for this. So I was just like, you know what, whatever you decide, when you decide that's what you want to do, tell teacher, I'll just confirm with the teacher, and we move forward. So they're in that phase where they're trying to experiment with every little thing, and I feel like you have to let go of what you would have done or what you would have wanted for him, or what you feel like, me, if it was me, I would have chosen probably skating, I would have chosen probably swimming for him, but that's not what he wanted to do. That's not what he feels like is going to work for him. So if I chose it for him, he would be doing it, but he wouldn't be happy about it, because he'd still be wondering, what if I chose ballet? What if I chose dancing? What if I chose, what if I actually did what I wanted to do? And then it's going to come back to me, because it's going to be like, I only did it because you're the one who said nini. So letting go of control and just letting him explore anything that he wants to explore and just be him, I think has been one of the struggles that I've had, but I've come to realize, like, it works so well. Like, for him, it works extremely well, because he's a kid, but he's very self-reliant. Like, he won't be waiting for anyone to tell him what to do. Even when it comes to playing, he'll play by himself. If his friends are not outside, he'll find a way to keep himself busy. And even if they're outside and they don't feel like playing with him, he'll still find a way to keep himself busy. And he's been like that ever since he was a kid. So he has this mentality and this mind of his own, where he's able to make decisions without the influence of other people. And I don't want to be the one to now, like, influence him to do what I want him to do, because of course he's going to listen to me, or he's going to listen to his dad, because he's seeing, like, he's the people he's trying to emulate. So whatever you tell him, he's going to do. So we try as much as possible to let him have creative direction in his own life, and I feel like it's working out really well, because anyone who knows Fabian knows he's a very well behaved boy, and he hata kusumbua mtu by the hata kusumbua. So he's made my motherhood journey extremely easy, and I feel like I wouldn't have asked for a better kid, and I love him so much. And as much as you go through all these struggles, I just sit back at the end of the day and I look at him and I'm like, you know what? it's worth it. Everything that I'm doing, it's worth it. Even if some things I'm doing like trial and error, and I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. So far, so good. He's turning 6 years next month. So far, so good. He's doing so well. As in, like, the struggles are worth it, basically. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I just felt like I had to get that out of my chest. I was just thinking about it by there on the flight here, and I was just like, like I have like I've struggled, but even as I struggle, I've been able to learn a lot. I hope it has been the same for you guys. Please hit me up in the comments and tell me, like, you know, just engage with me and tell me, like, what are the struggles that you have gone through, how you've been able to overcome them, and how they've been able to fuel the type of parent that you are today, the type of mother that you are today, and the type of mother that you wish that you can become. Because I want to become the mom that every time I come home, my kids are happy to see me. Every time that I come home, like, everybody is waiting for me to come home, other than watu wanasikia unakuja home wako zile za wacha tuende tujifiche kwa room because utatusumbua, wacha tuende tufanye hivi because unakujanga hivi. Like, I just want to be someone who people look forward to being around. You understand? So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell button so that you can receive a notification every time that I post a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to live, love, be anything that you want to be. Bye, guys. Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me, wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be